Yo, what is going on, everybody? I am your host, Slackerz Gaming, bringing you the next matchup in our potential newcomer tournament that we've been doing here on the channel. So, real quick, if you haven't seen it, I made a tournament. Each day I upload one matchup from the tournament. We vote down in the comments simply by typing name of a character for that particular matchup you think has the better chance to be in Smash Bros. As a playable character. And then we kind of go until we have a winner, and, you know, it's just kind of, I guess, a fun way to pass the time until Smash Ultimate comes out, and just to kind of gauge a little bit of interest from the community and who they see has a legit chance to be in. So, yeah, plain and simple, those are the rules. So let's jump into today's... Actually, before the matchup today, we got to jump into the results from last week, which was Game 53. Banjo Kazooie was taken on Nintendo, and when I first seen this, I thought this was going to be an absolute, I guess, slaughterfest, but this one is actually really good. Check this out. Banjo still won 61, but Nintendo had 47 votes. There was a couple people that voted twice, maybe on accident, because it was like bam, 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 post in the comments. So maybe accidental votes, but did not count them. Only count your vote once. That is the rules. So yeah, Banjo won 61 to 47. So first of all, I want to say, you know, congrats to Nintendo. I know some people were like, you know what, Banjo's gonna win, but I still want to vote for Nintendo anyway. Nintendo almost pulled it off. That was really cool. Honestly, that was really cool to see. But sadly, it does mean Nintendo has been eliminated. Nintendo is gone. Moves over here. Nintendo is gone. I will tally up your votes later at some other time, but Nintendo has been officially eliminated, sadly. But the tournament's got to move on, and we move right into the next matchup, which is Game 59, which now we see Banjo, who just won that matchup, and he's going to be taking on Incineroar from Pokemon. Seems like one of the likely characters that we will get. I don't know. Let's jump into some discussion, I suppose. So first up, Incineroar, right? Like I was just saying, he seems like it would be a leading candidate. A lot of leaks, a lot of people are really starting to think, you know, there's only a few characters left, because Sakurai just came out and said, you know, they're going to slow down character reveals. Back at E3 said not to expect too many newcomers this time around. And there's the whole box theory. There's so many different theories and possible leaks. I'm not going to go over all of them, but kind of a majority think the final few characters will include Incineroar, at least a Pokemon rep, Ken as an Echo Fighter, and then maybe Shadow, maybe Steve from Minecraft or something. But, you know, there's only a handful of characters left, and Incineroar and Ken seem to be some of the front runners. So Incineroar makes a lot of sense. Plus, it is from the most recent generation of Pokemon. It is the fully evolved final stage of the Firestarter Litten. There's a bit of a competition, honestly, between Incineroar and Decidueye, and the only reason I guess Incineroar is kind of viewed as maybe the front runner is because there's a leaker by the name of Vergaben that has said that he's got sources and everything. This person, oh man, excuse me, sorry, my phone's going off. But yeah, this person has said that Decidueye is not playable, along with no Lycanroc and no Mimikyu. We got Mimikyu right. Eventually, Vergaben did say Incineroar was going to be a Gen 7 playable rep for Pokemon. So that's why I think a lot of people are starting to kind of gravitate towards Incineroar. Even before that, I'd still say if Gen 7 were to get a playable rep, it would Incineroar definitely had a good chance. I think it would have been Decidueye, Incineroar, maybe Tapu Koko, perhaps an Ultra Beast, maybe Lycanroc, maybe Mimikyu. I mean, there's a lot of good potential from Generation 7 of Pokemon to get a playable rep. Maybe Zeraora as well, but I guess, you know, now that we're kind of narrowing it down, I guess Incineroar seems to be the likely candidate. Plus, when picking, I believe when Sakurai picks his character from Pokemon, they like to kind of go with somebody from the anime that gets a lot of screen time, a lot of development time. And again, I don't watch the anime, but from what a lot of people said, that's the route that Ash's Litten is going. I don't know if it's evolved at all, but it seems to be that's the character that's developing the most. That's the Pokemon that he has developing the most. So it would make sense in that term for Incineroar to be playable. Plus, moveset wise, you know, he's a fighting, wrestling tiger cat thing. So, I mean, moveset is always easy for Pokemon. Appearance makes sense. Seems to fit the style. So, I mean, I wouldn't argue having him in, but I don't think it'd be my first choice for a Pokemon rep. But let's move on to his opponent, Banjo Kazooie. Now, again, basic stuff. Going back to the Smash Ballot for Wii U and 3DS, somebody asked Phil Spencer, the head of Microsoft, if he'd be willing to let Banjo Kazooie be in Smash Bros. As a playable character. He said yes. Banjo Kazooie got a ton of support, ton of votes on the Smash Ballot. Lots of people want him, and still true to this day. Again, as somebody who kind of grew up gaming in the 90s, this was a huge character. I had a lot of relevance, just a big icon gaming icon back then. But yeah, ever since Microsoft bought Rare, Banjo kind of has fallen on, I guess we could say, fallen on hard times. We haven't seen the character, and it's kind of sad. Sure, Microsoft tried to do something. Which one did they try to do? Nuts and Bolts or something like that, and it just did not work. Whichever one they tried to do was just not good, and the fan base kind of rejected it. And it's sad to see, you know, a gaming icon in Banjo's status kind of just fall off the face of the earth. But kind of, I want to compare it real short here to kind of Crash Bandicoot in the same way. Crash was just gone. You know, Crash was super popular in the 90s, and then it just fell off. Didn't hear from her a long time, and then all of a sudden the Insane Trilogy popped up, and a lot of people started going with or started thinking Crash might have a chance. And it's cool to see, you know, old franchises like that get, I guess, revived, if you want to put it that way. So Banjo definitely, I think, has a good chance. Do I think Banjo could be in the base roster? I'm gonna say no. I think Banjo could definitely be DLC, honestly. I had Banjo when I made my character prediction roster about a week and a half, almost 2 weeks ago. I had Banjo as a DLC character, and I had Incineroar as a playable rep. So I guess my vote's got to go to Incineroar. I still think a Pokemon rep is more likely than a third-party rep, even if it is from Microsoft. I know Nintendo and Microsoft have been real friendly towards each other lately, you know, with the whole crossplay and Fortnite and all that other stuff and Minecraft, you know, so it's cool to see when big companies work together, you know, just develop some sort of gaming relationship. It's really cool to see. But for my vote, yes, Incineroar, that's who I'm voting for. Would I love to see Banjo? Absolutely. I'd love to see Banjo in the game more than Incineroar, but I think Incineroar just has the better chance. So, I don't know. Let me know who you got down in the comments. Incineroar or Banjo Kazooie. Plain and simple. We'll find out the winner of this next Friday, I think. I got to figure out how I'm going to do next week, because next week is going to be weird. Like, the way it's scheduled right now, I'm not going to have a matchup that will be ready for Wednesday. So, I might still upload at least a results video or something. I got to figure it out over the weekend. I'll figure something out, but we'll still have matchups tomorrow on Saturday, and then Monday, Tuesday for sure. Got to figure out what I'm doing for Wednesday, but that'll be an issue for a few days from now. Anyway, again, who you got? Incineroar, Banjo Kazooie, down in the comments. 1 vote per person, and yeah, that is all I got for this one. So this one is coming to an end. Hopefully you guys enjoyed as usual, and hopefully we catch you guys on the next one. Peace out, everybody.